We're speaking with Honorable Bashir Osman Gorau, who is a member representing Gada and Goronyo Federal Constituency, and he spoke to us from our studios in Kano. Switching gears now to politics, and we're hoping that, the way our politics is played, we're hoping that it will start to have an effect on the lives of people. So we certainly all need to keep attention, pay attention to what exactly is happening within our polity and within the political circle. This morning, we're joined by Mr. Tsado to look at some of the developments around the political circles. And in recent times, the call is growing louder. It started like a whisper, Initially, one heard I think it was the candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Mr. Peter Obi, who had said that he was only going to run for a term, should he decide to run for presidency and he's elected, seeming to keep with this arrangement that we have where the North power is in the North, or presidential power is in the North for 8 years, and presidential power comes to the South for another 8 years. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently serving out the first 4 years of his own tenure. Clearly, he has shown that he would like to run again come 2027. And, there are calculations as to if he is not the one who is elected and another candidate is elected, will that candidate who has not yet served out, will I say his own 8 years, will he want to send power back to the North? Is a question. So you hear someone like Mr. Peter Obi saying, look, if I am elected president, I will only be serving one single tenure. But to cure this, it would seem that other people are beginning to say, hey, we know one person who can serve out just that single term.
Who has no choice but to
of 4 years, because he's already done 4 years before, and he's from the South. So we've been hearing the names, instead with whispers of President Goodluck Jonathan, who had served as president before, and his tenure ended in 2015. But these are the issues coming up around the polity, and I'm wondering, why is this gathering momentum at this time? Joining us to take a look at this, you saw a peek of his picture earlier, Mr. Tsado, who himself had tried to run for presidency. Is that ambition totally out the window now, or,
no,
you're saving it for another time?
No, not at all. My desire to run for president initially wasn't born out of ambition. It was purely out of passion for the society, seeing that the country was going in the wrong direction. If you remember, that was the era where young people came out en masse to say, we need to address the problems or challenges that are facing the country. So it's not so much of an ambition. If I am able to get a system or someone, a group of people that can help us to fix the country, why not? I'm ready to work with the person, and it wouldn't be whether I become president or not, but if Nigerian state begins to work for the people. So that's basically it. Yeah.
So right now you are not running for anything.
No.
You're not running for president. You're not running for governor. You're not running for member House of Reps. You're not running for Senate. You're not local government chairman.
It's at the moment we are not. We haven't started running. Everybody is consulting.
Oh,
and
so you're
discussions
consulting?
are going. Yeah, every politician always consult, particularly those who have shown interest to run for office at one point or the other. So it's okay to consult if, like you just mentioned in your introduction, if the kind of clamors and the calls that President Goodluck Jonathan is getting today to come back to run for office, if I begin to get that kind of call from my people, why not? I'll go back to go and meet them to run for election.
So what do you make of this call for President Goodluck Jonathan? Because clearly, if you look at it, if one looks at it, what they're looking at is a guarantee, but it's clearly not out of, his, I don't want to use the word, his wonderful capacity. This looks like the call by a group of people who seem to be self-centered, and what they're looking for is guarantee that when the president is done, he cannot run for a second term.
I don't think that is entirely correct, because if you look at the calls that are coming, most of these calls are coming from ordinary Nigerians who are not likely going to run for election. A group of people that came out from Northeast to addressed a press conference a couple of days ago to say we want the president to come back to, we want the former president to come back to come and run for election. I don't think they are interested in whether power comes back to the north or stays in the south. The history, the performance of President Goodluck Jonathan, unfortunately, some of us didn't see it that time. I think it speaks volume for itself. People are beginning to see that. Come, let's reanalyze the situation. Since the APC came over and took power, everything is going backward. President Goodluck Jonathan has been out of office for 10 years. And for every election cycle, his name has been coming up. It means that the people are saying, oh, we are missing something. And why wouldn't they miss something? Fuel was 87 naira. Dollar was 150 to 190. A bag of rice was 10,000. A couple of days ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life. My kids are around for holidays, and I said I was going to go to the market to go get some groceries, just a couple of things. In fact, just to make stew and cook soup for them, because, you know, it's very expensive living here in Abuja. I got to the market, and by the time I had to go and meet a POS man to withdraw money to go and buy, because for just a pot of stew and soup was about 40,000 naira. How many how can people survive this kind of thing? So it is not out of place to see that Nigerians are saying, see, take us back to where we were. You know, if you join a vehicle and you say the vehicle should take you to a particular destination, and then the driver seems to be roaming around the street, doesn't know where he's going to, I think the natural thing to do is to say, sir, if you don't know where you are going, please take me back to where you picked me from. And that is what Nigerian people seem to be telling the APC, because sincerely speaking, APC has demonstrated to Nigerian people that they do not have the capacity, the leadership from. And I remember very well, I saw a cartoon or something of late President Buhari, may the Lord rest his soul, and that of current president. And somebody said, from fry pan to fire. And it has become clear that this is really the sad situation of the Nigerian people today.
So, well, just a moment. Yeah. So, while there are those who, yes, will say, okay, this is about nostalgia. This is about, oh, now that we've seen the APC, it doesn't seem so bad. I mean, that, you know, what President Goodluck Jonathan was offering us at that time, maybe we made a mistake by not bringing him back in 2015, etc., etc. While that is valid, those who will say, look, this particular call is clearly not born, because President Goodluck Jonathan has not offered himself for election. There are other people who are saying, oh, okay, the APC is not doing well. We are offering ourselves, and we can do better than what the party that is currently, the government that is currently in power. Why don't you think that people are willing to try these new people? Why are they looking for President Goodluck Jonathan, who, by the way, has, you know, taken on other duties? He's formed this West African Elders Forum. He's making sure elections are free and fair across many other parts of Africa, making sure that when leaders are rejected by their people through the ballot, that they are able to accept whatever the outcome of the ballot is, you know, applying himself to other duties and other responsibilities, which is bringing him, and not just himself, the country honor. Why are they not looking to these other people who are offering themselves?
I just said something here when you introduced me. I said, when the people call you to serve. You see, the position that former President Goodluck Jonathan finds himself today is a position that most politicians are yearning for. And you see, the thing is, it doesn't matter. In fact, he demonstrated he's not somebody who is desperate to be in government. You remember when he said his ambition is not worth blood of any Nigeria. And someone says recently that President Goodluck Jonathan lost election in 2015, but gained the people. And at the moment, I think that is what is working for him. Who will not ride on such kind of... yes, he has not declared that he wants to run for election, but for somebody like me, I am praying for a day that will come that President Goodluck Jonathan will declare and say, I want to run. Because, and sincerely speaking, I think Nigerians should, well, if those that have his contact, those that have access to him, should speak to him that, look, at this point, the other rumors around in 2023 that you are going to run and all that, there were rumors. But this time around, please come and run, sir. Because Nigerian people today, they need you. The things are, nothing is working.
I think you're referring to Honorable Alex Ikweche, who said, you know, the president may have lost the election, but he won the hearts of the Nigerian people. But that lawmaker, by the way, is saying he shouldn't run. And many people are bringing out this section 137.3. I don't know if you've heard about this, section 137.3 of the Constitution. And it says this section states that the person who was sworn in to complete the term for which another person was elected as president shall not be elected to such office for more than a single term. So he has already done one term. So many people are saying that this can actually be contested. If he actually decides to run, it can be contested in court. What are your thoughts on
for
that?
me, Keller, I don't think I want to speak to whatever the legalities of whatever it is, but as far as I'm concerned today, the thing is that the call from the Nigerian people is for former president to come and run.
Yeah.
If he so decide, let him assemble the legal team that will trash out every legal encumbrances that probably will befall him. But as far as the Nigerian people that are clamoring for him to come and run, I think they should, everybody, people that are making such calls, they are making it. And the, what's it called, the honorable that suggested, I think also, former Senator Shosani also said that he should not run. And let them say, in fact, most of these people don't even understand the pains that the Nigerian people are going through. As we speak to you today, this is 9 a.m. There are families in this country, not as in millions of families in this country, that this morning, they can't guarantee what they will eat this morning.
I understand that, but you see, the thing is, the conversation really about governance in Nigeria is that we're trying to move from strong people to stronger institutions. So when we keep looking, and I think we do this every time there's an election, we start to look for some honest man, principled man, good man. We keep looking for a strong person. Meanwhile, our institutions are not strong enough to uphold whatever principles this is a good point.
This is a good point you are bringing up, because sincerely speaking, one of the presidents that we have had in this country that has focused on building institutions was President Goodluck Jonathan. He was one person that was not, even from his body language, you can see that he's not somebody who, he never dabbled into the, what's it called, the judiciary issues. He never dabbled into what was happening in the National Assembly. He just let things be. And you know, because we were short-sighted, all of us started clamoring for a return of a general. We needed a strong man. We have had strong men now. Where are we?
Let's move on to the elections, the by-elections in the 16 constituencies, and of course the hue and cry around the results of those elections. What did you make of it? We've heard election observers actually complain. Well, they say it wasn't so bad, but we have to start moving away from bare minimums to actually great elections.
Well, you see, in fact, there's one, I think it was a Guardian newspaper that I saw where they say APC, PDP,
and everyone is angry.
All of them are condemning the elections. The states that have been controlled by PDP, the candidate won. The states that are being controlled by APC, their candidate won. The states that are being controlled by ABGA, their candidate won. The states that are being controlled by NNPP, their candidate won. What does it tell you? Does it mean that, did we have an election? I think what we had in the by-elections was more like a local government election, just a semblance of local government elections that we've had, that you have a situation where the state governor's candidate, the state governor's party and his candidate will win all the seats. And sincerely speaking, this is not good for our country. This is not good for our democracy. And again, please, Kela, forgive me if I take you back to President Goodluck Jonathan. These things were not happening during his era.
Well, you know, quite a lot to ponder, and it's a good thing that we're talking about elections, because we'll be delving into them shortly. So do you think that we need to, while we're focusing on the people whom we're asking to run, you know, whom Nigerians are asking to run, what do you think I'm the one championing the cause?
You should join us.
Do you think that we're focusing enough on the process?
The process of the elections?
Yes.
Oh, well, there have been a lot of people who are, there's a guy called Peter who has been clamoring for electoral reforms. A couple of people that are asking for electoral reforms. Yeah, here and there, we know that the process is flawed. But again, you see, there are so many things that we have to address. We have not spoken about the issue of vote buying. It irritates me to my spirit that you want to serve the people, and because you want to serve the people, you go and meet them and give them money to vote for you. Does it make any sense to you? It tells you the desire, that the intention of those that want to be your leaders. But the reforms that are in the National Assembly, we hope that this will be implemented. We hope that the president will sign into law some of these reforms, and we'll see if we will be able to. But again, as a call I want to make to Nigerians, particularly those who are leaders of institutions, leaders of organizations, leaders of religious bodies, and leaders of civil society groups and all that, that we should begin to preach to the people. I would love to have a situation where a malem or a pastor will stand up in the church and tell the people to say, please don't sell your votes. Please. And you as malems and pastors, please don't become those that are collecting monies from politicians to go and start, let us begin to, at this point, elect people on the basis of merit, like we have enumerated the performance of former president. You as a candidate that want to run for election, be able to put out for, when I was running for House of Representatives in my state, I went to meet with the stakeholders in their homes. I sat down with them in a group of 5 people to tell them what my ambition was, that all that I want to see is that these your children that are roaming around these streets, that we should be able to, productively engage them.
So the people should be able to sell their plans and their policies to their people, rather than try to buy their votes.
Honestly.
Well, this is an ongoing conversation, certainly, and we will see. I mean, because this is the call for the former president. We'll see eventually whether he'll speak up on this matter or whether he'll remain silent on it. But we have to thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Mr. Tsado is a public affairs analyst, development strategist, and a former presidential aspirant. Thank you once more for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.